Tree's getting away with our treasure! Get it! Get it!
Hello and welcome to Chubby Munchkin Studio. Today, let's make magic happen, and together, let's create this floating castle from Castle in the Sky. To start the project, I'm putting all the 3D printed pieces together. I spray painted the castle with yellow ochre. I painted multiple layers until the color is rich, then brush on the first layer of black wash. Then I'm adding details, such as the outlines of windows and doors. First, I dab dark moss effect with a small sponge on edges. I then add a little bit light moss effect on top of the dark moss effect. After the moss paint dried, I add a second layer of black wash. To learn how to make black wash, check out the link in the description below. I use air-dried clay to fill in the gaps. Consider this 3D model was meant to be a planter, so I have to improvise. For the bottom part of this floating castle, I cut off 1/3 of a sphere foam ball. According to the size of the magnet, I trimmed off some foam so I can fit it in. I'm being very careful with which side of this magnet should face up, and use hot glue to glue it to the foam. Then I smear a layer of plaster on the foam to cover up the surface and hide the magnet. To create a box around the electromagnet, I use a piece of thin wood. I'm cutting off a hole on the side and sand it down for the female power adapter. Next step, I'm putting the wood box together around the electromagnet. Sand it down to smooth out the edges and surface. While waiting for the bottom half to dry, I start decorating the floating castle with Woodland Scenics fine turf. I mix different colors of turf to make it look more realistic. I'm also adding different colors of clumps of bushes. I use Woodland Scenics foliage to create hanging vegetations like ivies. For the big trees on top of the castle, I use Woodland Scenics 3 to 5 inch trees. I use a pair of tweezers to poke holes into the not fully dried clay so I can easily insert the trees. To make tree roots, I cut off some hemp strips and split the ends. I glue on the strips in random order. I painted a layer of matte Mod Podge on the electromagnet box as glue to hold the fine turf in place. Don't forget to mix different colors of turfs to make it look more realistic. As always, I use black acrylic paint for the side of the base. In this case, it's the Electromagnet box. After the bottom half dried, I first dabbed on brown paint, then painted black paint on top. I glue on more hem strips to decorate the bottom half.